Hello, this is Ecology of Valencia Part 5, and in this video I will talk about the Pila Ku Jail, the lava creatures, and the Aakman and the Ancient Man Ordnance. So the Pila Ku Jail is on the far southeast part of the desert, east of the Fogans area. So here is the Fogans area, and this is the Pila Ku Jail, where my little character is. So they recommend, as you can see, an AP of 210 at least for these guys. These guys used to be really tough. Um, if you have low AP, you may need help. But anyways, there are two entrances. So there's one across from me. So you see the rocks and the entrance. And then there's one behind me. That other entrance, in there's an NPC that gives quests. So you might want to hit it first to get the quest going. Um, but it's also the most contested part, like, of the jail. Over here, you want to leave your camel at the entrance because the enemy is pretty close already. It's like at those gates over there. So let's start with the objects. So here you want to look for the imprisoned. Here it is. So you want the jail miscellaneous articles, the jail alarm device, and the Caphras torture device. So you see this pile on the ground? That's the miscellaneous articles. Here's some more. But then you see this bell. That's the alarm device. And next to it, there's a torture device. Looks like an Iron Maiden. So here's another one. Right, let's go back to a safer spot here. If we have to kill, we will. Okay. So next, go for the actual creatures. So the Dark Eyes Warder, the Caphras Follower, Iron Fist Warder, Executioner, Frenzied Executioner, and the Sordid Deportee. See if we can find some out here. Yep, we can. So here's the Frenzied Executioner. These guys with the long swords, and they have like a bird mask on. Those are the Frenzied Executioner. And then you have just the Executioner, which has an axe and a very interesting shape shield. You have the Caphras follower, so the mage also has a bird mask on. These are the most common creatures that you find in here. Then you have the Dark Eyes Warder, the guy with the hammer and the spiky helmet. Small guy. And then the taller guys are the Iron Fist Warder. He has no weapons, just his spiky gloves. And the Deportee, which is the tallest of all. And pretty much in just this group here, you have everybody. Alright. Let's get out of here. Next, we're going to go for the lava creatures. And that's north of Valencia City in the Sulfur mines. So we're heading this way here. I'll see you guys there. Alrighty. Sulfur mine. So like I said, north of Valencia City. So overall, the desert is far northeast of the desert, north of the jail. And it is also recommended that you have at least 210 AP for these guys. I left my camel here by the note manager, Salta. And there's a Marnie's top assistant, which is very convenient. And here, so Lavas of Valencia, we're going to start with the creatures. So we want the Lava Searcher, Tukar, Fafalun, Devourer, and then Taolun and Faolun. So from here, I'm actually going to go around to the other entrance here. And right across from where I'm at, you see that looks like a dinosaur slash lizard. Is blue and yellow. That's Fafalun. And next to him, you have the Searcher. So the Searcher carries a club and like a green cape, but also the narrow and long container on his back. Then you have these little guys carrying these round containers that are almost as big as they are. Those are the Faoluns. While the bigger dudes with the horns and the small containers on their back are the Talons. Now, the Talons will spin around to hit you, so be careful. They're fast. Then you have this guy here, the Devourer, carries like a chain down container on his back, darker in color. And then finally the Tukar, which is the biggest one of all. The Devourer and the Tukar are very similar, but the size is Tukar is much bigger and he's not carrying that round container on his back. Now let's move back to a safer spot. And now we want the rest of the stuff. So we want the lava sulfur bundle, hydraulic nozzle, and the phlogiston condenser. So back to the same spot. See in the corner here, there's a nozzle. It shoots like sulfur steam. Be careful. The condenser is this brewing mechanism. Once you get close to it, it will explode and it stuns you. There's another nozzle. And then finally, the sulfur bundle is this container chained down to the ground with the yellow rocks and the smaller containers around it. So here's another one. And that's it for the lava. Next, we're going to go for the Aakman and the Ancient Man Ordnance. And that's going to be spread around the desert. So I'm actually going to go to Valencia City next. And we're going to go from there. Okay, so I'm just southwest of the Rakshan Observatory and west of Valencia City. And the reason why I'm here is because if we go over here to the Aakman or Hachman, I don't know, and the Ancient Man Ordnance, there's a guy called Casius, but there's only one of these in the entire desert, and he's right across from me. So to be more precise, take a quick look at it. So here's the observatory, so slight southwest. And then there's this entrance to the Valencia City It's like immediately west, basically. Now, the main entrance to Valencia City is this one here. So this is yet another one. Okay. So he's pretty easy to kill. And he respawns fairly quickly, so shouldn't be a problem getting the knowledge. So next, we're gonna get these three: Ancient Civilization Originator, the Guardian, and a Follower. And these three are going to be mainly on the south part of the desert, roughly this area here. They wander around. So I'm going to head that way and see if I can find one. Okay, well, I forgot to mention that the Aakman wars, they're not only on the south part of the desert itself, but there's actually a place you call Aakman, and you'll find some, as well as the area over here on your way to the crescents here. So here's Aakman. Here's Crescent Shrine. And here's the node manager. So the Guardian is the guy with the club and the shield here. The Mage is the Originator, so guy with the robe. And the guy with the bow and arrow is the Follower. While we're in this area, we want ancient Ator. Ator. Um, this creature does not exist in the desert. You actually have to do the quest line, Valencia's quest line. I believe it's the second part of the quest line, to where you get to a point where you need to come to this Atosa, and he'll give you a quest, and you have to go talk to Ator, and that's when you get the knowledge on him. I, from what I understand, is that this part of the quest line starts in the Sand Grain Bazaar. You have to talk to this guy called Barhan Neser. Um, I think he's inside the tent on the top part of the bazaar, and then you'll get this quest line, and eventually the quest that will require for you to speak with Ator is called Suspicious Aakman. That's the name of the quest. And he is more or less, Ator is going to be more or less in this area here. So I'm going to go over there because sometimes I've done the quest already, but sometimes I pass by and I can see this giant in front of me like for half a second, and that's because I got knowledge on him, and so that's why it well, I would say that it's because I got knowledge, but it may not be. It may be there for other people who don't have the knowledge. But I know that sometimes I see him briefly. So let's go over there and see if I can. Thought that maybe if I go straight into it, maybe we can't see him. Okay, did you see that right in front of me? That was him. So that's right in the middle here. And that is the Pilgrim Sanctum Humility. Next, I'm going to go. So remember, for this guy to appear, you have to be on the second part of Valencia's Questline, and there's a quest that requires you to talk to Ator. So that's when you come over here. But now we're going to go to the Oasis. So Oasis is right here. And what I'm looking for basically is Demol and Burmol. I've noticed quite a few around that area, but these can be found anywhere in the desert, by the way, these two. But I like that area, so I'll see you guys there. Okay, I'm at the Oasis, Ibelab Oasis. I'm probably killing the word, but this is a good place where you can find a stable keeper, blacksmith, all kinds of good stuff. Um, so this is more north part of the desert. And here we want the Demol and the Burmol. So from here, I'm going to head northeast. And here's the mall. The mall is like a, both of them actually are like a robotic looking creature, but this one has pins on his back. While Burmol, which is this guy here, has a smooth surface on his back. Okay, so all we have left is Alten, Kalten, and Kreator. Now, the Kreator will summon these other two. So once you get him down to a certain amount of health, he'll summon the Alten and Kalten. And the Kreator can be found anywhere in the desert, day or night, it doesn't matter. Now I do have an older video of the Kreator, so I'm just gonna add to the end of this video, and that'll be it for part 5. I'll see you guys another time. So here we go, the Kreator next. Here's the Kreator. So if you get just a little bit closer to him, he'll aggro, so be careful. And right now, I'm just north of the Pilgrim Sanctum Humility, so in the middle of the south part of the desert. And once you aggro him and you get him down to a certain amount of health, he will summon Alten and Kalten. He's not very tough. He's just fast and annoying. He will run after you and bring you down. It's very annoying. There's Here comes the deadly cloud. You'll get a detriment with that cloud. You usually have to put a tent up. See if we can get him before. There we go. That's it.